Hello everyone, LilahsGigi here, and today I'm going to show you how to make come on up, Disco Days by PineTreeLooms. Okay, it's a 4-pin bar design. If you're not following him, hop on over to his Instagram page, like his photos, and give him a follow. All right, I'm going to set that to the side. Now this is a 4-pin bar setup. Outside are up, and then the 2 centers drop down. Okay, so I'm going to show you the colors that I'm going to use. I was thinking Disco Days, what colors do I use? And then I came across my fireworks pack, so I'm going to use these colors today, I believe. Yeah. All right, so I have no idea how this is going to turn out. I'm not real comfortable with those colors because they're, pretty bright, but that's okay. We're going to go for it anyway. So I'm going to put one band down for my closure band. You don't have to do this. You can do this at the end when you're looping everything up, but I'm going to put a closure band down. So put one band across here, up to the right, straight up, to the left, straight up, and straight up. Now, before I started this, of course, I did not take a look at all of the flipogram to see how far up he went. So go ahead and get up to the top, and then I think this is going to be a tight design, but because of the looping process, but I'm not exactly 100% sure. So go ahead and lay those border bands, and then I will be back with you at the top. Okay, I am back, and I actually stopped 6 pins from the top. I will have, you probably already seen it because I plan on showing the width and how the bracelet fits around my wrist, but I stopped 6. So before you decide where to stop, you will have already seen it because unless I forget to put it at the beginning, I will show you what the bracelet is like on my wrist, stopping at 6, okay? And then you just bring them in together just like this. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is lay some, I'm just trying to decide what colors. Goodness. You know what, he might have had 4 colors in here. I would have to take another look at that, but yes, I believe he used 4 colors, so I'm probably going to also add yellow to this. All right, so, but in the meantime, I'm going to use my green first. I'm going to take the green from where we are here, and I'm going to lay it diagonal to the top. Skip 1, diagonal up to the right, and skip 1, diagonal up and to the right. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Just going to mirror that. Okay, second pin up, diagonal towards the center, skip 1, diagonal towards the center, and skip 1 and diagonal towards the center. Okay, so go ahead and finish that, and when I get up to the top, take a look and make sure that I have the right amount of spaces between where we leave this off and where the border is. So I will let you know when I get done with this. Anyway, I will be right back. Okay, so it looks like I should have stopped at 5 because we need 2 spaces between this and the border. So I'm just going to unhook this and put it here. I'll unhook the other one and put it straight up. So now I am 5 pins down from the top instead of 6. Okay? Sometimes I just don't know. Didn't bother counting to figure it out. But this is what your loom should look like. Okay? 2 spaces here, 2 spaces here, 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here. And at the bottom, you will just have 1 between here, but you do have 2 spaces here. And that's the important thing because of the next band that we're going to lay. Okay? So I think I'm going to use my orange right here that I have, and I'm hoping it's going to stretch okay. We're going to do X's, but we're going to do long stretch X's. So, oh goodness, and keep my fingers crossed that those are not going to break. All right, so diagonal up into the left. Okay, I'm actually going to just show you this one time because that's all you need to know. From here to here, and then here to here. Then you'll go from here to here, and here to here. So you'll have long stretch X's between these bands because I'm going to actually use my hook to put those on, and it just might look a little fidgety and funny. So, well, maybe I'll just do one more with you, starting on the left side. But I am going to use my hook. I don't want it slipping out of my hand. Okay, so that's one, and then we will do the other one. Whoops, if I turn it around correctly. It's just, you know, they're tight, and if I use my fingers, I'm using a regular, you know, opaque band would probably be okay with that, but because I'm using my fingers, I don't want them popping back, and, you know. So anyway, this is what it will look like. Second pin bar, first pin, diagonal long stretch to the right. Second pin bar from the right, first pin, long diagonal stretch, and then a long diagonal stretch to the right, and a long diagonal stretch to the left. Okay, so finish that all the way up to the top, and you should end up with a diagonal stretch from here to here, and from here to here. All right, and I will be back when I finish this. Okay, I am back, and this is what the top of my loom looks like. I laid my long diagonal from here to here, and then excuse me, hiccups, I laid this diagonal right here. All right, so our next band placement, and I believe it's the last band placement, is going to be zigzags. And I'm going to use the yellow out of the fireworks pack. First pin bar, first pin, diagonal to the right, diagonal to the left, diagonal to the right, and diagonal to the left. You want to do that all the way up to the end of the loom, making sure you push your bands down. We're going to mirror on the other side. Last pin bar, first pin, will be diagonal up to the left. Yep. Diagonal to the right, diagonal to the left, and diagonal to the right. So go ahead and finish that, and then I will meet you back here, and we will loop this up. Okay? Okay, I am back, and the last thing I did was I laid the zigzags here and the zigzags here. And we're going to turn it around, and I believe we're going to put cap bands on all four of those. So, I mean, if we put them on and they're not supposed to be on, then, you know, we'll just take them off. But I'm going to put them on, and I'm actually going to use double because these are kind of tight. If you have a thinner band, you might want to triple that up. Okay, so not even on camera. So let's put one here, and then I'll finish it up over here. Okay, so one on each. Cap band, cap band, cap band, cap band. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to reach in here, and we're going to pull this back to itself. Just like so. Oops, looks like I got that cap band. Hold on. Oh my goodness, I didn't just get the cap band. Look at the mess I made. That's all right. Easy fix. Let's try this again. My goodness. All right, one more cap band. Put it back on. Maybe I should have done 3. All right, I'll just be careful. All right, let's try this again. We're going to bring this one back to itself, making sure I only have that band. Okay? Go to the other side, do the exact same thing. We can, you know what, we'll wait for the other side. Okay. Then we're going to go in here, and this diagonal band right here, instead of bringing it up or back to itself, we're going to take it across like this. Okay. So, you know what, I'm looking at this, and it looks like we're going to go ahead and do them together. We'll do both sides together. So let's go back down here and grab, well, get my little band out of there, grab this one and bring it here. I'm going to go in and grab this lower diagonal here. I'm going to bring it up to here, like this. So they're crossed in the center. Okay. And we're going to reach in and grab this one and bring it across also to the peg next to it. Okay, reach in, grab this one, bring it, instead of bringing it back to itself, you're going to bring it across to the peg next to it. So it will look like this. So I will do that with you one more time. Okay, so let's see what I did here. I'm like, what did I do? All right, so we're going to reach in, third pin, second pin bar. I'm going to grab that top band. We're going to bring it up and across a long stretch right here. Okay, drop down, grab that band, this diagonal right here, bring it across a long stretch. Okay, go in down here, grabbing this diagonal, going to bring it over to the right, peg next to it. Then I go in and grab the next diagonal and bring that across the peg next to it. Okay, make sure you pushed your bands down. All right, I'll do this one more time, a little slower. This diagonal right here, we're going to bring up to this one. Okay, reach in, grab that diagonal, and bring it up and across, long stretch. This diagonal here, we're going to reach in, grab that diagonal, and we're going to bring it a long stretch right to there. Okay, this diagonal here, going to grab it, bring it across to the pin next to this. This diagonal here, we're going to go in, grab that band, and bring it across. Okay, rewind if you have to. It's actually, it seems complicated and it looks complicated, but it's actually very easy. All right. Yeah, I kind of want to do one more, but I think you've got it. Just rewind. All right, and I will be back with you. Okay, so I am back, and the last thing I did was this diagonal here, I brought across to this one, and this diagonal that was here, I just brought it across to this one. Okay, now I was looking at this, and I took my two cap bands off of here because there was nothing connecting these two bands, and I didn't happen to see that in the flip, so it might have been my bad for not looking at it correctly. But we're going to put one cap band on here, and then we're going to bring it across to this pin right here, like so. Okay, and then that way these pins right here will be connected. Okay, so my apologies. Excuse me. So what we're going to do, these long diagonals here, we're going to, instead of bringing them back to themselves, we're going to bring them around this pin and up to here. So if you reach in, grab the first one on the left-hand side and bring it straight up, skipping this pin, bringing it straight up. You go in here, do the exact same thing on this one. Instead of bringing it here, you're going to bring it straight up. Okay? I'm going to go in and do the same thing. That long diagonal, making sure I just have that long diagonal and hoping that it doesn't break, because these are, I've never used these bands before and they're looking kind of thin. Okay, I'll go in and grab the next diagonal right here that goes from here to here, and I'm going to bring it right to here. And like I said, it's looking, I'm going to give it a little bit of a tug with my finger before I connect that and put it straight up. Okay, I'll do that with you one more time. This long diagonal here, going to reach in, grab it, bring it straight up, skipping the pin that's above it. I'm afraid it's going to break, because it's pretty tight in there. And it's just the bands that I'm using, so if you're using a regular band, it might be fine. I'm going to take this one you can see underneath here, the orange. I'm going to grab that and bring it straight up, skipping the pin that's right above it. So I'm going to bring it up to the second pin above it. Okay? So I like to be careful with them, especially if I've come this far on the bracelet. I don't want anything falling apart. So go ahead and finish that all the way up to the end of the loom, and I will be back. Okay, I am back, and the last thing I did was take the diagonal here and bring it straight up to this one. This diagonal here went straight up to this one. Okay, so now it's gotten pretty tight, pretty wobbly. So we just have 2 more steps and then we'll be able to take this off the loom. So what we're going to do, down to this diagonal right here, let me see, we're going to go in, grab it, and we're going to bring it, I'm going to give it a little pull because it's kind of tight in there. Instead of bringing it here, we're going to bring it down with a long stretch. Okay, going to go up to the next diagonal, grab it, and bring it, instead of bringing it here, give it a little tug, we're going to bring it down to the long stretch. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing, and so you'll do that with every single one of them. I'm going to go over to the other side and do that with you. I'll do 2 of them. And it's pretty tight in there, especially with the bands that I've used. So bring it straight down. Instead of bringing it down to here, we're going to bring it down to here. So go up to the next diagonal. I'm going to reach in, grab it. Instead of bringing it here, you're going to bring it down. Let me give it another tug. Going to bring it down on the long stretch. Okay, one more time with you. This diagonal here, you're going to go in here, grab it, and bring it right to here. So it's a long stretch right down. Okay, so finish that all the way up the end of the loom, and I will be back with you when I finish. Okay, so I am back, and the last thing I did was this diagonal right here. I went in and brought it down to here on both sides. Okay, I thought we just had another step before we did the looping on the sides, but that's not true. So what we're going to do is 3rd pin up on the left hand side. You have this band right here that's the same one that you brought down here. We're going to just take that band and drop it over. Go up to the next one. So from here, 2, and drop it over. The next one, and drop it over. Okay, I'm going to go over to the other side here. 3rd pin from the bottom. I'm going to grab that band and drop it over. And grab the next band and drop it over. The next band right here, and drop it over. Okay, rewind that if you have to. It's actually pretty easy. So I'm going to go ahead and finish mine, and then I'm actually going to take mine off of, I'm going to do my borders and then take it off. Well, you know what I think I'll do is I'll just go ahead and well, I tried this the last time and I didn't get much feedback on it, so maybe what I'll do is just go ahead and do my borders with you, a couple of them anyway. Go in here, grab this band, bring it to the left. Okay, go in and grab the bottom border band, bring it straight up. Bottom border band and bring it straight up. Go over to this side. Bring your border band out, diagonal to the right. Reach in through all those bands, grab your border band and bring it straight up. Grabbing your border band and bringing it straight up. So do that all the way up to the end of the loom and then bring them together, not all the way, but to the 2 middle pins. So you'll go in from here into here and then just stop right there. And then I will be back with you. What I'm going to do is finish this up, and then I'll take this off of the loom up to the top and then show you how I took them off and then closed it up. So when you take these off, this is pretty tight. It's actually become pretty rocky. These are tight, so what you want to do is use your hook and gently take them off of the pegs. Okay, so I will meet you back up at the top with almost all of mine off. Okay, so I am back and I'm going to finish pulling these off of here, most of them anyway, and then I'm going to close. Well, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and close the top now. What I'm going to do is just reach in, because I've already laid my band here. Okay, did I lay? No, I only laid, I don't even know if I laid 1 or 2. Okay, well, either way, I'm going to reach in and grab those bands. I guess I laid 2. Okay, I'm going to reach in and grab the other side of those bands and bring them off carefully. Looks like I did them crooked. Let's straighten them out. Okay, so I have them both on here. Now you can just lay one is fine. I just happen to have laid 2, and I don't care for the C-clip, so I'm just going to clip mine with my big clipper here, my big safety pin, my big plastic safety pin. Okay, all right, so then I'm going to finish taking this off. The signature side of this bracelet is the top side. Now, the bottom side is equally as cute. Yeah, so if you're going to bling it at all, you want to bling the top side as you're laying your bands. Laying your bands, or as you're taking them off? Well, it must be as you're laying them. All right, so I'm going to pull this off and put all this aside. Now, remember, this is called Disco Days. Sorry about that noise. So, and I took it 5, and it is short, but I'll probably end up giving this to my granddaughter, which will make it perfect for her, but it is short. So you do want to take it all the way up to the end of the loom, unless you want to put an extension on it. And this is the back side here. And I don't have really to straighten bands because I use the round bands. So this is the back side. Let me get this a little better. It might be my lighting too. And this is the signature side. Okay, so Disco Days by PineTreeLooms. Straighten those out just a little bit in there. So I do have a few things to straighten, but I think it's good. I think it's really cute. So it's about 1 inch wide. Okay, so also, you know, I use these bands from the fireworks. Excuse me. So they might be, you know, they're pretty tight. So I guess you'll just have to figure out how to lay your bands, you know, how far at the top you want to go. Okay? So anyway, this is Disco Days by PineTreeLooms. Hop on over to his Instagram account, like his photos, and give him a follow. And goodness me, sorry. I am also on Instagram under LilahsGigi, so you can give me a follow there if you'd like. And if you enjoyed this tutorial, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for future tutorials. And I have quite a few coming up, and I look forward to giving them to you, or doing them so that you can make the bracelets. All right, take care.